you find that at least now women are doing businesses, and it has enabled women to vent and provide for their families. So what would I want to say about this? Women empowerment is something I would focus on, because I am a woman and I know the challenges we mothers are faced with. So what would I be accountable for? Those are the issues I have talked about. If you give me the mandate, I will account for good leadership. I will account for industries that will come in place to support our young people, since unemployment is a biting challenge to our population of Soroti City. And I would also want to encourage other investors to come and invest in our city.
Okay, you're saying in case you don't make it through the party primaries, you will go and back the candidate who will go through.
I haven't said that, Nathan. I said, as we are heading for NRM primaries, let's first get done with the NRM primaries. After the elections have taken place, you still invite me for an interview.
Okay, to get to know your next step.
Yes.
Okay.
But I am very confident that I will make it in the NRM.
You will make it in the NRM?
Yes. Because I believe I have the support of the people. I have the support from the grassroots.
Yes.
My leadership has been tested, and they have seen me grow, and they have nurtured me from the time I was in youth politics. So I know that my people of Soroti will not let me down. They will support me come 16.
Hello from wherever you're following us from. It's another beautiful episode of the State of the People, a program where we bring your leaders to account for what they have done for you, and the same program where we bring all those who are contesting for different political positions. We are still in Soroti, and we are hosted at the Sanctuary Meat House in Soroti City, the only place where you order for meat and you're given a full goat, order for chicken and you're given a full chicken. This is where we are today. My name is Nathan. We left home to change home. In the house, I have a female who is looking at representing the people of Soroti City in the parliament come 2026. She's a member of the NRM party. She has served as a councillor before, but all this we shall get to know from her. Honorable, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, my brother Nathan Enyagu. Thank you for hosting me to the Sanctuary Meets.
Yeah.
My name is Amulo Sheila. I am an aspirant for woman member of parliament for Soroti City, and also 2016-2021 I was representing the youth in Soroti municipality, Soroti City now, as the female youth councillor 4. And while in council, I had the privilege to serve as the deputy speaker of Soroti Municipal Council. Currently, I am the youth representative for Patriotic League of Uganda.
All right, you've actually mentioned about the youth, and that issue has already touched me. And in the first question, Soroti City's youth unemployment is among the highest in Teso sub-region. What specific and realistic policies do you intend to push in Parliament that can change this within your 5-year term if elected?
Thank you for the question. I would first want to talk about the youth. I am not very far from the youth brackets.
Yes.
I was once a youth representative, and I am well versed with the issues pertaining the young people. That issue you've talked about of unemployment is a biting issue. We in Soroti City are faced with the unemployment challenges.
Yes.
If given the mandate to represent you in the floor of parliament, I would want to talk about the young people specifically. What do I have to say about them? Soroti being a newborn city, since I was in council, I was actually one of those who ushered in Soroti City. I remember when we were in council, that issue of Soroti City was tabled while I was chairing the council session, and I was one of those on record who participated in bringing Soroti City to where it is right now. I would want to talk about unemployment. If given the mandate one, I would want to lobby and ensure that we have more industries come to Soroti City, because when I am given the mandate, I will go I'll go to Parliament and lobby and ensure that we bring in more investors to invest in Soroti City, so that we have factories that will come and be put in place and our young people would get employed. And then another issue I would want to talk about, while I was in youth leadership, I would also encourage young people to get into skilling activities. Why do I talk about skilling? I would want to get them sensitized on skills like entrepreneurship, for example, carpentry, tailoring, hairdressing, because looking at the Uganda we are in right now, we are not only focusing on white-collar jobs. If I am given the mandate, I would want to organize trainings that would enable these young people get skills so that they learn from these skills and start up jobs for themselves. They can start up businesses, and through starting up these businesses, this can enable them sustain their families. For instance, if I empower the young person out there with the skill of tailoring, that young person would come out and start up maybe a tailoring and fashion shop or something, and at the end of the day, the livelihood of that young person would change. Another issue I would want to talk about unemployment is, yes, the young people, we are the majority. It's upon us to rise up from our comfort zones and get things done for ourselves. I, for one, I am an entrepreneur. I deal in business. I have grown up in the streets of Soroti. I was born and raised in Central Ward, Cell F. And that's from my childhood. I was actually born in Soroti Referral Hospital. But I am an enterprising person. I started right from the time I left campus. I started a business, and I was dealing in produce business. And out of that business, I got motivated to join politics after I had made some savings. And through that process, it actually pushed me higher because I was inspired. I really had the urge to serve my people. So that through the savings I had made from my produce store, I actually saved, and then that is how I ended up vying for the youth councillor position. And here I am today, vying for the woman member of parliament position in Soroti City.
It is interesting to see a councillor coming up to contest in this position. It truly shows people outside there that there are several concerns that you have actually seen affecting the people within Soroti. You mentioned that something concerning the health. And Soroti being a capital city, we have the referral hospital in Soroti. And there are several health centers in Soroti City that lack medicine, and expectant mothers walk for long for antenatal care. What immediate legislative or advocacy steps will you take in the first 12 months if elected to address this?
Thank you very much. Talking about health is one of the challenges we are faced with in Soroti City. You can agree with me, we have Soroti Referral Hospital. Soroti Referral Hospital actually serves the Mother Teso districts in the entire Teso region. Now, what I would do if given the mandate is to lobby with government to have a revamp of the referral hospital. You can, in Soroti Referral Hospital currently, we are faced with challenges of mothers sleeping on the floor.
Yes.
We actually have even children sleeping on the floor. We don't have enough, actually it cannot accommodate the numbers of patients we have currently. So what I would want to do if given the mandate is to lobby and have a revamp of more infrastructure put in place in our referral hospital. And then secondly, I also want to say for issues like Otatai, government of Uganda is currently, right now, there's a program ongoing of a construction of a health center 3 in Otatai, Otatai ward, that is under the Army Brigade. Now, what I would want to do is to lobby such that some more health facilities like those that Otatai has benefited.
Yes.
More health facilities should be put in places like, for instance, Aloet Ward. There's a health center too. We'd also want them to have maybe a health center 3. Opuyo also has a health center too. We'd also want them to upgrade from a health center to health center 3 if I am given the mandate to represent the people of Soroti City.
We currently have party primaries almost coming. We have a few weeks or maybe a few days to the party primaries. And I believe you've been moving to some of the wards, meeting up with the people. What are some of the concerns that they have addressed to you and they request you to go and handle once you're elected?
Okay. Thank you very much. Some of the concerns, we talked about health, education. Soroti City is compromised. Actually, we have 25 wards in Soroti City. Another challenge we are faced with is under education department. We have primary schools that are government funded and also those that are private. What I would want to do is, the challenges our people are faced with is the primary schools. Some of the structures in these schools are dilapidated. So I would want to lobby, if you give me the mandate to represent the people of Soroti City, I would lobby with government to ensure that we have more classroom blocks put into the schools such that our children can study in good environment and they can also excel academically.
What personal systems of accountability will you put in place to ensure you're answerable to Soroti citizens every year?
I would want to say what? I beg your pardon?
What personal systems of accountability will you put in place to ensure you are answerable to Soroti citizens every year?
Okay, thank you very much. One, I am very open-minded. I am one person who will not let the people of Soroti City down. I am going to ensure that, as I said earlier on, I'll lobby with government to ensure that Soroti City benefits more and more in terms of infrastructure, in terms of education, as I said, in terms of health. I will account by lobbying to ensure that all these services are brought closer to the people, not forgetting unemployment and also women empowerment. I want to talk about women empowerment. I want to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda. Right now, the women are benefiting from programs like WEP. They are benefiting from programs like GROW. Women can easily go to the banks and access these funds. Even at the city council, they can access the lifted the plight of the women. You find that at least now women are doing businesses, and it has enabled women to vent and provide for their families. So what would I want to say about this? Women empowerment is something I would focus on because I am a woman and I know the challenges we mothers are faced with. So what would I be accountable for? Those are the issues I have talked about. If you give me the mandate, I will account for good leadership. I will account for industries that will come in place to support our young people, since unemployment is a biting challenge to our population of Soroti City. And I would also want to encourage other investors to come and invest in our city. It pains me sometimes that most of our people here prefer investing in different parts of the country. Most people invest in Kampala and they don't come and invest back home here. At the end of the day, we are not realizing growth. So I would want, if given the mandate to represent the people of Soroti City, since I was once a tested and a leader who served with vast experience in leadership, I would ensure that a lot of things are brought on board in the city.
You actually mentioned something for some of these services?
I will lobby for these services because I have some connections with some friends, and those I can feel will come on board to support us with some of these issues I have talked about. I also have some partnership of friends because I was in council. While I was in council, that was in 2021, I got the privilege to travel to about 7 countries. I traveled to Sweden, I traveled to South Africa, Zambia, Botswana, Finland, and Tanzania. So I have a cohort with the ICL, the Swedish government. I got that opportunity through Soroti Municipal Council, and to date we are still in touch. So with those friends I have, I can lobby. I will actually lobby and ensure that we as Soroti City benefit more and more.
One of the challenges that we have in Soroti currently concerns is related rather to poor drainage. We have witnessed that a lot. We have garbage management that is still very poor. Road maintenance, what is your urban infrastructure improvement plan and how will it be funded as a woman member of parliament? How are we going to use your position to ensure that some of these vices
okay.
are removed?
Thank you. On the issues of garbage, poor road drainage, I would want that actually, since I was once in council, that I would have a good working relationship with the Soroti City Council, because that is their role to ensure that people have better drainage systems and also garbage management, because you get to realize Nathan, garbage sometime back was a challenge in Soroti municipality. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Soroti City. Garbage was a challenge, but what would I have to put in place would be to encourage our people out there that garbage management actually starts with us. How do you manage your garbage? It's about you getting a garbage skip and then start managing garbage at your own level. For instance, if I am operating my small business, I would ensure that I have my garbage skip out there, and then every time I have customers come to buy from me, once the garbage is after the garbage is collected, it's littered in the right place. I would also want to encourage schools to start up this by putting up garbage skips, because when we have garbage skips around schools in the compound, I remember when I was in primary school, we used to have skips that would be written on, and that culture, when we start bringing up children in that way, that garbage is supposed to be managed right from that level, a child will grow up with a mindset and a thinking that at some point this is where I will dump my garbage instead of littering garbage all over the place and all over the city. So those are some of the measures I would want to talk about that I will do if I'm given the mandate.
When you
represent Soroti City.
All right, thank you so much. When you were serving as a councillor, you observed and you had some of the stories about public land being sold. That is illegal. How do you plan to deal with such issues, including land grabbing in the peri-urban areas of Soroti?
Okay, while I served as a councillor in Soroti Municipal City Council, that issue of land grabbing was there, yes, but I also know there were green spaces that were gazetted, and there are properties of Soroti City Council that are actually supposed to be leased out to certain people. So it's upon council, if you, like for instance, Nathan, if you're interested in land and you feel you want to invest, you get in touch with the council, the city council, and then you get into an agreement, and then they can lease the land for you to do any business you want to. But I would also want to condemn that act of land grabbing. It's not a good one, because as a city we need to really ensure that our land is not tampered with, because land is a very Land is something that we don't have to play about with.
Yes.
We really need to ensure that if the land is gazetted for a certain purpose, let it serve that purpose. Yes. So if I am given the mandate to represent the Soroti, to represent the people of Soroti City, I will ensure that all the land, I alliance with Soroti City Council and ensure that people's land is not grabbed. Yes.
In Soroti City, we have a number of wards that are still rural, and most of these people who are settled in these wards are farmers, and there are still huge gaps when it comes to agriculture. How are you going to use your position to ensure that these people who are into agriculture benefit?
How I would want the people, thank you very much, the people who are in agriculture to benefit is to encourage them and sensitize them on better agricultural skills, such that they know what crops to plant and in what seasons they can plant these crops in. At the end of the day, it actually saves them from making losses from the crops they would have planned to put in a specific season. So I would want the people who are doing agriculture, if I am given the mandate, is to support them in whatsoever way I would, to encourage them and also give them, have an input by providing them, for instance, with whatsoever support I will render to them, such that they can continue farming. Because without farming, you get to realize that in Teso region, farming is actually, Teso is the food basket of food in Teso region. So why I would encourage, this is like our backbone. If we do not encourage farmers to continue growing crops, at the end of the day we shall not manage to sustain our livelihood. So I would want, if I'm given the mandate to do that, to represent the people of Soroti City, I would want to bring all farmers on board to see that they get supported in whatsoever way I would support them.
Most of the times we have had reports that single mothers and persons living with disabilities are always forgotten. How are you going to ensure that you have them in part of Soroti City's development agenda?
I would want to say for single mothers and people living with disabilities, I would basically support them in their groups. I know for a reason that most of them are into savings group, because I for one am also in the savings group, and that is the best way I can support them. In savings group. Why I would support them in savings group? In case I have something I need to offer, I would put in their basket in the group, such that they can get through their savings and they can help themselves better. They can better themselves in whatsoever skills they have.
When you look at the race today of the position of a woman MP, there are several candidates. How do you find yourself? Do you think you're the best candidate for this position?
Of course, yes, I'm the best candidate for this position. Why do I say I'm the best candidate for this position? I am a tested leader. I have served in Soroti Municipal Council. I was once a youth representative in this city. And I believe with the vast experience I have attained in leadership, I have a lot more to offer for my people of Soroti. Because I have grown up in this city, I know all the challenges we are faced with in this city, and if given the mandate, I will not disappoint my people of Soroti City, because I have the heart to serve, I have the heart to give, I have pure intentions that my people of Soroti, if you gave me the mandate to represent you at the floor of Parliament, I will not disappoint you. I will be accountable to you at all times. I will be there to listen to all your needs, and I will address whatsoever needs I will.
Currently, there is a talk among some people that why NRM is not able to get a position, especially when it comes to the woman member of parliament. It's because NRM sends leaders who are weak. Do you think that is true?
No, that is not true. NRM does not send leaders who are weak, and that's actually, this is going to be the first of the kind. We are going to have joint campaigns because after we got nominated, right from first, our NRM admin office is going to get measures to see to it that we actually have joint campaigns, and through these joint campaigns people will be in position to vet and see who exactly is that leader who will represent them in the NRM party come 16th of next month.
Now the other question that I have is with the fights that are currently in the NRM, you observed this during the recent elections. There are differences in NRM. If you fail to make it in the party primaries, what will you do?
That's a very tricky question, but I would want to say, one, since I'm vying for NRM, I'm aspirant for NRM, woman member of parliament of Soroti City.
Yes.
One is I would really want to advocate for unity. We really need to get united as a party. I would not want to encourage these infights, because as we keep having infights, it's going to tear the party apart. So as we head to the primaries, I would want to call upon all our NRM cadres to please embrace unity, and then also avoid politics of intrigue, malice and all that. Let's support each and every one. At the end of the day, leadership comes from God, Nathan. In case anyone is voted in, please let's take it in good faith and support the flag bearer, because the people who are in the NRM party are out there and they know who exactly is fit to represent them come 16th. So their voices will be heard when that time comes.
That means you won't contest as independent, like the way other people say, in case their candidates fail, they would rather have their candidates go and contest as independent.
That is a tricky question, Nathan. I wouldn't want to comment on that, but let's first focus on the NRM primaries. After the NRM primaries are done, I will still come and you interview me.
You're saying in case you don't make it through the party primaries, you will go and back the candidate who will go through.
I haven't said that, Nathan. I said as we are heading for NRM primaries, let's first get done with the NRM primaries. After the elections have taken place, you still invite me for an interview. Okay, to get to know your next step. Yes.
Okay.
But I am very confident that I will make it in the NRM.
You will make it in the NRM.
Yes. Because I believe I have the support of the people. I have the support from the grassroots.
Yes.
My leadership has been tested, and they have seen me grow, and they have nurtured me from the time I was in youth politics. So I know that my people of Soroti will not let me down. They will support me come 16th.
You're still watching our State of the People program, where we bring political leaders to come and account and share their ideas. We are hosted at the Sanctuary, a meat house here in Soroti City, Swahili, a place where you order for meat and you're given a full goat. Where you order for a simple drink, you're given a full jerrycan of drink. Definitely this is a place for you. The first time I came here I was weighing around 50 kilos. I should be around 70 kilos by now. This is the best place for you to come with your family and have fun. It is the best place for birthdays and all kind of events. Honorable.
Yes, please.
What is your last message to the people of Soroti City?
My last message to the people of Soroti City is, I am here as your daughter, your sister, your mother. Please support me come 16th of July. I am vying for the woman member of parliament, Soroti City position. Those who are in the yellow book, please support me. I believe you will not regret my leadership. I am am going to be the voice of the voiceless. I am going to represent you. I will lobby and ensure that Soroti City becomes a desirable city we all desire to live in.
Okay, thank you so much. That has been from Honorable Sheila. She's contesting for the position of a woman member of Parliament, Soroti City. And you've heard from her, as the NRM is going to have a joint campaign for its candidates. We shall also be preparing to have a joint debate for the NRM candidates. The same place, so that they come and share their ideas. Then we shall definitely share these ideas together with you. From wherever you're following us from, make sure you subscribe, like, and drop down a comment each time we drop any kind of a video in this program of ours, the State of the People. We are hosted at the Sanctuary Meat House, popularly known to most people, the only place where you eat a full goat. Thank you so much for following us. I want to appreciate my team that has been behind the camera. Emma, thank you so much, and my script writer, Mr. James Salomon. Thank you so much. See you guys.